What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here, back again with another edition of Dollar Tree Theater, where I review a film that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, the $1.25 store, if you will. And Dollar Tree Theater is brought to you by Hobbs Horror, so check out some of his Dollar Tree Theater reviews and perhaps take a look at some of the other channels that participate. You certainly get a mixed bag at the Dollar Tree. The last two that I reviewed, I was not a fan of. But you just never know. Such is the case with this film Archive. Now, in my previous haul, where I showed this film, I asked everyone, as I often do, which film you would like me to watch first and review, and the consensus was people were most interested in Archive. So here you go. Archive is a very solid science fiction film, an intelligently done science fiction film. Some of it perhaps overlaps with some other films that we've seen in the past, but they're exploring some AI concepts, and it's almost kind of inevitable that that's going to happen in a film like this, I think. It's pretty good. It's basically called The Archive because in this future, they have the ability to archive the memories of people who are deceased. So before you die, I suppose you have some kind of a procedure done, and your memories will be preserved, and you can interact with people even after you have passed away, but the ability to do so degrades over time. Okay, so then you have a scientist who is having flashbacks and dreams about his wife, and the scientist is the only member of he's the only resident of a facility which a corporation is trying to get up and running again. And what I like about this film is they don't really go out of their way to explain this future world, what's going on. But, you know, he has a boss who is prodding him. She's calling him on the computer and kind of prodding him to get the facility up and running. And, you know, I guess they're involved in AI and things like that. And she kind of hints at corporate espionage that can actually get, like, lethal. Like, people get kidnapped and disappeared. So that, you know, as for the state of the rest of the world, you really don't get, you see some flashback scenes of driving, and it seems like the world is intact. It's not doesn't appear to be a post-apocalyptic type of a deal. But I like the fact that they don't tell you everything. You kind of have to figure out little pieces as you go. So he's there by himself. His little pet project is to create a humanoid robot that has AI, okay, for his own personal reasons, which he's trying to sort of keep from the corporation that he works for. And he has two sort of prototypes. This is the second one. Okay, this is the third one, which he's working on as the film goes on. The first two are the first one is very clunky, almost like box-like, but they do have AI. They have emotions. They ask him probing questions. They get their feelings heard and things like that. I mean, and they're all female, and he has like a different relationship with each one. At some point, the company sends in a security team to sort of check things out. So he has to like quickly hide some things. And one of the members is played by Toby Jones. So there's not a lot of actual people in this. Theo James plays the scientist. He's very good. Stacey Martin plays his wife, and she's very good. And this is a very solid film. The motivation of the scientist and who is he here? George Almore. The motivations of George and the motivations of the company that he works for sort of eventually become at odds and lead up to a conclusion. And there's a little bit of a twist. And all in all, it's pretty good. Like I said, it is a little bit reminiscent of perhaps some other science fiction films, but a lot of them that explore the same concepts do tend to do that. I thought the set was impressive. It's supposed to be in the mountains of Japan. It's kind of some nice, beautiful outside shots, nice snowy landscape. The facility is kind of cool looking. I think a lot of it was CGI, the exterior shots. There's even a drawbridge that extends to allow people to gain access to the facility, which is kind of neat. Yeah, a good science fiction film. It occurred to me that, you know, back in the day, if the Sci-Fi Channel, you know, didn't go in the direction of the two-headed shark movies, that they could have made films like this with, you know, a few minutes of CGI here and there, and maybe it wouldn't even have been of the quality of this film. But, you know, the story is what drives everything, and there's some pretty interesting concepts explored here. I recommend it. I don't want to say any more than that. Like, as far as a Dollar Tree theater, yeah, definitely. I'd recommend this film, for sure. It didn't blow me away like the way Broken did. That just, like, I was, like, stunned by how good that movie was. Even though some pretty heavy concepts are discussed in this film, it still is a science fiction film. It doesn't hit home the way that film did. You know, you can still have fun with it. Yeah, this is a good film. I highly recommend it. And thanks a lot, guys. Catch you next time. Thanks.